Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here. A huge collection of diecast. Look at this table. My gosh, we got to get this stuff out of here, folks, because there's more stuff coming in. So we've got a great collection of diecast, and I am telling you, when they come out with the historic diecast, I lose my mind over it. And we have one today. This is the 1964 Plymouth Belvedere that Richard Petty wheeled to so many wins, and this is autographed by Richard Petty. So we have got this very limited quantity. So if you're thinking about getting it, get it, because it is going to sell out ASAP. We've got this one here, and we'll make it even better with this next one, because we've got that one signed by Richard Petty. This one is signed by Richard Petty, but on the back window, signed by Dale Inman, his Hall of Fame longtime crew chief. So we have got just a limited quantity of these 1964 Plymouth Belvederes. They are great looking diecast cars. You need to have a couple of those in your collection. Speaking of autographed diecast, and you know, we talk about diecast means stories. We have a great story with this one. This is Kyle Larson's nationwide winning diecast car from Charlotte last year. Now, if you'll remember this one, long before that race started, we had Kyle lined up to come over here to Plan B Sales to hang out with race fans. We were having an open house. Well, lo and behold, he goes and wins that race. And so we took an autograph session, turned it into a victory party right here with Kyle Larson. So diecast or stories, we've got a great story, and we love it with that car. Kyle Larson also had the chance when he was here to sign these trucks, these cartwheel trucks, and so this a really good looking diecast as well from Kyle Larson. Now, stories, diecast, things we like here at Plan B Sales. The Justin Allgaier car, ran it at New Hampshire last year. We've got it in the standard finish, we've got it in liquid color, and we've got it in the raw finish. So Allgaier fans, Plan B Sales fans, we love you guys. Time to order these up and get these in your collection. Really, really cool stuff. We're on a theme of autographed diecast, and those, by the way, are autographed. We're on a theme of autographed diecast, and who can forget this one? A.J. Allmendinger, Watkins Glen, last year, scoring the victory, putting his little team that could in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Autographed Scott's Product Chevrolet for JTG Daugherty Racing. That is what we have for just A.J. Allmendinger. I have Justin Allgaier on the mind, so A.J. Allmendinger. Now, we've got a couple of 2015 diecast autographed. Kyle Larson, autographed Target Chevrolet in the standard finish and the liquid color finish, autographed 2015 cars. And Chase Elliott, we've got his Napa Chevy Camaro autographed as well, 2015 model. So really, really cool autographed diecast. And that's what we have as far as the autographed diecast. Now, non-autographed diecast, looking back, we've got the Kyle Larson cartwheel truck that he ran some last year, and we've got the Dover Win car for Jeff Gordon. We've got it in color chrome and the raw finish, so has all of the confetti. That big win he had at Dover last year, really, really cool for Jeff Gordon fans, and it is in stock in the color chrome and the raw finish. Now, let's get into our standard 1/24 scale diecast, because we have got a boatload of them, as you can see. Jeff Gordon, Drive to End Hunger in color chrome and in liquid color and in raw and in vintage. Ay, ay, ay. We've got them all. So it is time, Jeff Gordon fans, to get them in your collection. And then, hey, while you're on Twitter, take a picture of them and we'll retweet your picture. We love hanging out on social media and doing that. So we've got Jeff Gordon cars. We've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. cars. This is the Diet Mountain Dew Chevrolet. We've got it in standard finish. We've got it in color chrome. We've got it in raw. And we've got it in vintage. So, Junior Nation, time to step up. We have got your Dale Earnhardt Jr. cars as well. Now, Jimmy Johnson fans. Oh, we haven't forgot about Jimmy Johnson fans. The Lowe Chevrolet. Standard, liquid color, raw, vintage. There's a theme here. We have a lot of cars in, and we've got a lot of the finishes for a lot of your favorite drivers. Now, and we talk about this all the time. These diecast available at planbsales.com, but also available now at your local diecast dealer. So make sure you take care of that local diecast dealer. If they don't have it available, or if you're in one of those areas where you don't have a diecast dealer, Plan B Sales is your Plan B to get the diecast, and we have it for you. Let's get back at it here now. We've got Casey Kane's Farmers Insurance Raw Finish and Farmers Insurance Color Chrome Finish, and the Casey Kane Color Chrome for the Great Clips Finish. for Casey Kane from Hendrick Motorsports. Now we've got back to Kyle Larson. We've got the liquid color finish of the Target car available. And here's our friend Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the Fastenal Ford in the standard finish and color chrome as well for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. His teammate at Roush Fenway Racing, Trevor Bain, the Advocare colors in color chrome available as well. Tony Stewart diecast. Oh yeah, we've got everyone else. Why not have some Tony Stewart cars? We've got the color chrome Bass Pro Shops car. We've got the raw Bass Pro Shops car, and we've got the vintage Bass Pro Shops car for Tony Stewart. So we have Tony covered, and his drivers we have covered. Danica Patrick, the GoDaddy paint scheme, color chrome, raw, and vintage for Danica Patrick. So we have Danica Patrick, and on the Stewart Haas theme, Kurt Busch, the state water heaters in the standard finish, and state water heaters in color chrome. We have those available now in stock here at Plan B Sales and your local diecast dealer. So a lot of really cool diecasts that we have available for all of these teams. And look, we're not done yet. We've got more on our tape. Have I mentioned we've got a lot of stuff to move? Well, let's get those orders coming in. We've got the Yingling Light Logger car of Ty Dillon from the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Man, that's a beauty. That is a good-looking race car. Ty Dillon with that Chevy Camaro. Richard Childress Racing represented well here with the Quicken Loans car of Ryan Newman in the standard finish and in the color chrome finish. And we've got Newman's other paint scheme, the Caterpillar colors, in standard finish and in color chrome. So really, really cool stuff from Richard Childress Racing. And now Richard Petty Motorsports, the Smithfield car of Eric Almirola. My favorite phrase in all of racing. Gentlemen, start your engines. No. Whatever your phrase is, my favorite is fueled by bacon. Are you kidding me? Fueled by bacon. So we've got Eric Almirola's standard finish and the color chrome finish of the Smithfield cars. And the final car we have down here is the Xfinity Series car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is the Goodies Fast Pain Relief Chevrolet Camaro for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the color chrome finish. So that's what we have in 124th scale. We've got 164th scale of Regan Smith and the number 88 Tax Slayer car, and the Champions car from last year has the Champion logo. NASCAR Nationwide Series. Remember, folks, the last Nationwide Series championship, and we have the championship winning car, Chase Elliott, available in 164th scale. So all these diecast cars available at your local diecast dealer or at planbsales.com. But stay with us. The post show where we answer your questions is coming up next. All right, it's time for our favorite portion of the show. It's the post show where we answer your questions. Type them in right down below, and we will answer them on a future edition of this Diecast Review Show. Of course, we're on Twitter. We're on Facebook as well, having all kinds of fun. We love chatting racing. We love talking diecast cars, so make sure you give us a shout. Hey, if you've got a question, whether it's motorsports or diecast, type it right down below, and who knows, maybe you'll be part of the next post show that we do. A couple of questions that kind of come together, okay? American Ethanol Cup Series says, how good of a season do you think Martin Truex Jr. will have after a solid first few weeks? Do you think he'll score a win? Similar question from Christopher Martin, who says, do you think Martin Truex Jr. will win this year? Well, if we base it on the first few weeks, yes, I absolutely do. And why not base it on this? Now, we've had a couple intermediate tracks. And that team has been good across the board. They were good at the Speedway at Daytona. They were good on the intermediate tracks. Pretty solid at Phoenix as well. So, do I think Martin Truex Jr. will win a race? He keeps running like he is. It's a matter of how many he wins. You know, face it. I mean, right now, when we're taping this, it's all Kevin Harvick. Well, he can't do that the rest of the year. He's not going to win every race. And when we look at guys who have been up there mixing it up with Harvick, you've got to put Martin Truex Jr. on that short list of drivers. So as long as they maintain, I think they will win a race, and they could win multiple races along the course of this year. Dillon Murway writes in and says, 2 questions. Will Austin Dillon's American Ethanol car be made in 1/64th scale? Great question. Really, this is in the pre-order stage now, and how this works is if enough pre-orders get in, so enough of you folks order on pre-order, then yes, the car will be made. If nobody pre-orders it, the car won't be made. Now, you pre-order, you know you don't get billed until the car is shipped. We get that. So if you pre-order, that doesn't mean we take your money and hold your money and somewhere down the road you get it back. We don't bill until the car is shipped, which means the car would have been produced. But if we get no pre-orders, and if Lionel gets no pre-orders on the car, then there's nothing they're going to do to produce it, because nobody wants to get stuck with a boatload of cars that nobody orders. So that's the importance. There's two really things with these pre-orders, and I'll be honest with you, as a radio guy, not as a diecast guy, I didn't understand pre-order, but I do a little bit better now. Pre-order in this case will help get the car produced. Pre-order on the other side of the spectrum, and we've had a couple instances across the way when a popular car comes in, pre-orders get filled first, and then orders from the current batch. And a lot of times you won't even get a chance to order because pre-orders may sell a car out. So that's the importance of pre-orders, and back to your question on Austin Dillon, pre-orders will determine how that goes as far as producing the 1/64 scale. Dillon's second question is, do you think David Reagan can win a race this year in the 18 car? Boy, I'll tell you, not if he's performing like he has been. I mean, it's been a struggle for David Reagan, but you know, when you think about it, I mean, Carl Edwards had a good run early in the year, but I'm not sure the Joe Gibbs camp is still where they want to be. I just haven't seen a lot of speed out of this camp. So I know there was a lot of change and a lot of adjustments and a lot of things happening, but you know, right now, I don't see, I'm not sure. We've got to see a Gibbs car win before David Reagan can be in that camp, and I think they still have some work to do over at Joe Gibbs Racing, so time will tell. Kyle Fan 4218 says, do you think A.J. Allmendinger will win at Watkins Glen again? Well, yes, I think he could. Here's the beauty of A.J. Allmendinger. He may not have to wait for Watkins Glen. And I don't mean Sonoma either. That team, have you seen that team on the racetrack? They have been top 20 every race, a couple of top 10 finishes, very, very solid, very, very strong. You put yourself in that spot and keep getting better. Put yourself in that spot and keep getting better. You can win races. And I said races. So yes, no doubt about it, they've got Watkins Glen circled on the calendar. They've got Sonoma circled on the calendar because we know AJ is a great road racer. But you know what? They've got every race circled on the calendar because that team is performing so well across the board that they could win. So we talk about winning Watkins Glen. Yeah, Watkins Glen could be their first win of the season, or Watkins Glen could be their second win of the season. That's how good that team is. So, and that's what the fun part about NASCAR, getting the season started. You know, we spent all off season, is this one going to be good? Is this one going to be great? Did this one get the problems fixed? Is this one going to be good? Well, we're in the season right now. And really, everyone, with the exception of Kevin Harvick, has some work to do, and I think that's the fun part, is watching the teams jockey for positions and seeing some of these teams like A.J. Allmendinger and Martin Truex Jr. up front mixing it up with the big boys as far as the teams go across the board. So it's been a great start to the season, and it gives us a lot of things to talk about. So type in those questions right down below, and we'll answer them for you on the next post show. Again, all these diecast cars available at your local diecast dealer or at planbsales.com. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at Plan B Sales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.